The Jedi Temple stood quiet under Coruscant's burning skyline. Inside, Anakin Skywalker could not sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her. Padme, screaming. Blood. A child's cry cut short. He woke up shaking, his mechanical hand clenched into a fist. He had told no one. Not Obi-Wan. Not the Council. Especially not the Council. They had made him a Jedi Knight, but they still watched him like a loose blaster. Mace Windu's eyes were always cold. Yoda spoke in riddles. Even Obi-Wan, the closest thing he had to a brother, treated him like a student who might snap. And maybe he would. "You carry a heavy burden, my boy," Chancellor Palpatine had said that afternoon, smiling like a kind old friend. "The Jedi do not understand you. But I do." Anakin walked the temple halls alone. He passed the youngling's training room and stopped. He thought of his own child, unborn, unnamed, and already in danger. The Council had refused to make him a master. They had ordered him to spy on the Chancellor, the one man who actually listened. They asked for his loyalty, but gave him none in return. His comlink buzzed. A message from Palpatine. "Come see me. Alone." Anakin stared at the words. His jaw tightened. Somewhere deep in the Force, a darker future was opening its door, and he was walking toward it. But far across the galaxy, in the swirling currents of the living Force, something else stirred. Something the Sith never planned for. A familiar presence. A voice long thought silent. A Jedi who refused to stay dead. The planet was called Lothal. Empty plains. Wide skies. A place the galaxy had forgotten. In a small stone temple, the air began to glow. Blue light bent and twisted, pulling itself into the shape of a man. Bones formed. Skin followed. A heartbeat started. Qui-Gon Jinn gasped his first breath in 13 years. He fell to his knees, shaking. His long hair was streaked with gray. His robes were the same ones he had died in on Naboo. But his body was real, warm, alive. "The Force brought me back," he whispered. He did not know how. He only knew why. Visions hit him like a storm. He saw Anakin's face twisted in pain. He saw a black mask. He saw younglings cut down in the temple halls. He saw a galaxy in chains. "No," Qui-Gon breathed. "Not the boy. Not my Padawan's Padawan." He had trained Obi-Wan. He had found Anakin on Tatooine. He had begged the Council to teach the boy himself. They had refused. And now the galaxy was paying for it. Qui-Gon stood up. His old lightsaber lay beside him in the dust, somehow returned with him. He clipped it to his belt. He stepped out of the temple and looked up at the stars. Coruscant was far away. Anakin was farther, but the Force was guiding him now, sharp and clear. A small freighter waited at the edge of the field. The pilot did not ask questions. He simply nodded, as if he had been sent. Qui-Gon climbed aboard. "Coruscant," he said, "as fast as this ship can fly." The engines roared. Lothal shrank behind them. Somewhere in the dark, Darth Sidious felt a ripple in the Force. A presence that should not exist. And for the first time in years, the Sith Lord felt something he had almost forgotten. The temple doors opened. Qui-Gon Jinn walked in. Padawans froze. Knights stopped breathing. A Jedi who had been dead for over a decade was striding down the marble hall, calm as a morning breeze. Word reached the Council in seconds. Mace Windu ignited his purple blade before Qui-Gon even entered the chamber. Yoda's small hand hovered over his own hilt. Obi-Wan Kenobi stood frozen, his eyes wide. "Stay back," Mace warned. "Whatever you are." Qui-Gon raised empty hands. "It is me, Mace. The Force returned me. I do not know why, but I know what is coming." "A trick," Yoda said softly. "Smell the dark side on this, I do. Real, Qui-Gon cannot be." "Master, please," Obi-Wan began. "Silence, Kenobi." Then the Chambézer doors slid open again. Anakin stepped inside. He had felt the presence from across the temple. He stopped dead when he saw the face. The man who had freed his mother. The man who had told a 9-year-old boy he would be a Jedi. The man who had died before he could keep that promise. "Master Qui-Gon?" Anakin whispered. Qui-Gon turned, and his hard face softened. "Hello, Annie." Anakin's eyes filled. Years of anger, years of being doubted, years of being watched like a weapon. All of it cracked open in 1 second. "Anakin, step away from him," Mace ordered. "That is not your friend." But Anakin did not move. He looked at Mace. He looked at Yoda. He looked at the council that had refused to make him a master. Then he walked across the chamber, past their drawn sabers, past Obi-Wan's outstretched hand, and stood beside Qui-Gon Jinn. The council had just lost the Chosen One, and they did not even know it yet. Qui-Gon sat in a private chamber of the temple, eyes closed, hands resting on his knees. Anakin sat across from him, silent. "Show me," Qui-Gon whispered to the Force. "Show me everything." The visions came like a flood. He saw Naboo. He saw Darth Maul's blade. But behind Maul, he saw a hooded figure smiling in a Senate office. Palpatine. He saw Count Dooku, his own former master, bowing to that same hooded figure. He saw General Grievous taking orders from the Sith. He saw clone troopers built on Kamino with a hidden command buried in their brains. Order 66. Qui-Gon's eyes snapped open. His face was pale. "Anakin," he said quietly, "the Chancellor is the Sith Lord. He has been playing both sides of this war." Anakin stared. "That's not possible. He's my friend." "He is not your friend, Annie. He is the man building your cage." Anakin shook his head, breathing hard. "He told me he could save Padme. He said the Jedi were lying to me." Qui-Gon's eyes sharpened. "Save her how?" Anakin looked away. "Listen to me." Qui-Gon gripped his shoulders. "Whatever he promised you, it is a hook. He wants you broken, angry, and alone. That is when the dark side takes you." Anakin's hands shook. Across the city, in the Chancellor's office, Palpatine stood at his window. He could feel Qui-Gon now, clear as a blade pressed to his throat. He pressed a hidden button on his desk. "My lord?" a voice answered. "Activate the contingency," Palpatine hissed. "The clones are to march on the Jedi Temple tonight." The trap had moved early, and Qui-Gon was running out of time. The speeder roared across Coruscant, Qui-Gon at the controls, Anakin beside him, jaw locked. "He'll be ready for us," Anakin warned. "Good," Qui-Gon said. "Let him be." They crashed through the office doors together. Palpatine sat behind his desk, hands folded, smiling. "Master Jinn, back from the dead. How inconvenient." "It's over, Palpatine," Qui-Gon said. "Stand down." The smile dropped. The kind old man melted away. What was left behind was something ancient and hateful. "Anakin," Sidious hissed. "He is poisoning you. The Jedi sent him to keep you weak. Only I can save your wife." Anakin's blue blade ignited. "You're done lying to me." Qui-Gon's green saber snapped to life beside him. Sidious laughed, a dry, awful sound, and pulled a red blade from his sleeve. "Then die!" Lightning exploded from his fingers. Qui-Gon raised his saber and caught the storm, holding it back like a wall. "Now, Anakin." Anakin leapt. His blade came down hard. Sidious blocked, spun, and threw him across the room with the Force. Glass shattered. Anakin crashed through a window and caught himself on the ledge. Qui-Gon pressed forward. Their sabers locked. Sparks rained down between their faces. "You should have stayed dead," Sidious snarled. "The Force had other plans," Qui-Gon answered. Anakin pulled himself back inside. He saw his master, his chosen one mentor, fighting alone against pure evil. And something inside him made a choice. He charged. 2 green blades, 1 red. A dance of fire across the office floor. Sidious was losing ground, until his hand slipped into his robe. He pressed a hidden trigger. Outside the building, a clone gunship lifted off. Its target was already set, the Jedi Temple. Fear. When Mace Windu drove his blade through Darth Sidious, the war changed in a single flash of light. The scream that should have become an empire died inside the Chancellor's office. Anakin Skywalker stood frozen, his choice made too late to save Palpatine, and too early to destroy the Jedi. For one long second, no one moved, then the silence broke. Clone shock troopers outside the office waited for the command that never came. No hidden order reached their minds. No Jedi across the galaxy were betrayed. In the temple, younglings slept through the darkest hour in peace. On distant battlefields, generals like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Aayla Secura, and Plo Koon kept fighting, unaware that death had just passed them by. Inside the office, Windu turned toward Anakin. He expected rage. He found horror. Palpatine's body lay on the floor, and with it lay the promises that had poisoned Anakin's heart. No secret power. No way to save Padme. Only truth, sharp and cold. The Jedi Council moved fast. Coruscant was locked down. The Senate was told the Chancellor had been exposed as the Sith Lord behind the war. Recordings were seized. Loyal guards were arrested. Mas Amedda denied everything. Sly Moore vanished before dawn, but survival was not victory. Across the Republic, fear spread faster than truth. Some senators called Windu a traitor. Others demanded rule until order returned. On Mustafar, Separatist leaders still waited for Sidious's signal, not knowing their master was Ash. In the temple, Anakin finally confessed everything. The visions, the meetings, the bargain he almost made. The room went silent again. Obi-Wan had not yet returned. Padme knew nothing. Yoda felt the dark side twist. Not gone, only wounded. Because when one Sith dies, the shadows do not surrender. The Jedi Temple did not sleep after Palpatine's fall. Corridors filled with whispers and stunned relief. But Anakin Skywalker heard only one thing. Padme could still die. Sidious was gone, yet the visions remained. Every dream ended the same way. Her crying out, his hands failing, darkness closing in. The council watched him carefully. Some saw a hero who stepped back from the edge. Others saw a storm waiting to break. Yoda sensed fear around Anakin like chains. Mace trusted him little. But before judgment hardened, another presence entered the temple through the Force, like a voice from a forgotten age. Qui-Gon Jinn came to Yoda first. He did not return in flesh. He returned in calm. In the meditation chamber, his voice rose from the living Force, steady and clear. The boy was taught to fight fate, Qui-Gon said. He was never taught to accept life. That night, Anakin sat alone in the garden tower, staring over Coruscant. He expected Obi-Wan. Instead, Qui-Gon's voice touched the air. "You hold on too tightly. That is why you suffer." Anakin stood, shaken. "If I let go, she dies." "No," Qui-Gon said. "If you try to control death, you become its servant." The words struck harder than any blade. Palpatine had fed Anakin's fear. Qui-Gon named it. Love was not possession. Compassion was not control. The future was always moving. To save Padme, Anakin could not cage her life with terror. He had to trust her, trust the Force, and face loss without becoming a monster. For the first time, Anakin wept without anger, but healing came too slowly. Far beyond Coruscant, on Mustafar, the Separatist Council received a new transmission. Sidious was dead, Palpatine was dead, but the Republic still shook hard. Across Coruscant, senators argued, fleets waited for orders, and worlds now demanded answers. The war machine he built had not vanished. It still had admirals, secret prisons, hidden funds, and countless officers who had served a lie for so long that they no longer knew what truth looked like. The Jedi moved before chaos could harden into civil collapse. Yoda recalled every surviving Jedi general from the front. Obi-Wan returned from Utapau, and for the first time in years, he entered the temple looking for what could still be saved. What he found stunned him. The temple still stood. The younglings still laughed in the halls. And Anakin Skywalker was alive, waiting in silence, like a brother pulled back from the edge of a cliff. Their meeting was not easy. Obi-Wan saw guilt all over Anakin's face. Anakin confessed everything. He spoke of the visions of Padme dying. He spoke of Palpatine's promises. He spoke of how close he had come to helping a Sith Lord murder the last people who still believed in him. Obi-Wan did not excuse him. He did not turn away either. He listened, and when the confession ended, he placed a hand on Anakin's shoulder. "Then you are still here," he said. "That means the story is not over." That choice changed everything. In the old future, the Jedi lost Anakin because fear met judgment and found no bridge. In this future, Qui-Gon Jinn gave them that bridge. Through Yoda, through meditation, through the quiet living force, Qui-Gon's guidance began shaping every choice the Order made after Palpatine's death. He warned them not to rebuild the same rigid walls that had left Anakin alone with his fear. He warned them not to confuse discipline with denial, or duty with emotional silence. The first great test came in the Senate. Palpatine's inner circle tried to seize the moment before the Jedi could tell the full truth. Rumors spread that Mace Windu had staged a coup. Holonet channels repeated lies about Jedi treason. Several regional governors prepared emergency powers for themselves, hoping to grab control while Coruscant shook. But Padme Amidala did not let fear define the story. She stood before the Senate, steady in voice, and called for a full public inquiry into the Chancellor's crimes. Bail Organa stood with her. Mon Mothma stood with her. Even senators saw the truth in the evidence the temple released. Secret recordings, hidden accounts, coded orders, proof that the man who had promised security had engineered the war from both sides. That revelation hit the Republic like a solar blast. Loyalists broke. Opportunists fled. Some clone commanders refused to believe it until Jedi they trusted showed them the files with their own eyes. Others were sickened at how close they had come to being used as the blades of a massacre they never chose. Without Order 66, the clones were soldiers, disciplined, still bound to duty. But now they faced a question. If the Republic had been twisted by a Sith Lord, then what exactly had they been fighting for? Yoda answered that question with clarity. The war, he told them, had begun as a defense of peace and become a prison of fear. Now it had to end. Not with vengeance, not with a Jedi dictatorship, with truth, law, and a return to service. That message reached clone legions and worlds alike. It did not solve everything. It gave the galaxy something it had not felt in years, a direction. The campaign to close the war began at Mustafar. The Separatist Council had hidden there under Sidious's protection, expecting new orders that never came. Instead, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and a strike team of Jedi and clones descended on the lava world before the Council could scatter. The mission was sharp, fast, and deadly. Battle droids flooded the mining complex. Red fire cut through smoke. Clone troopers advanced room by room beside Jedi who now fought to end a war, not feed one. Gunray tried to bargain. Wat Tambor tried to stall. None of it mattered. Their accounts were seized, their command codes taken, and their escape routes burned shut. Anakin led the center push. In another life, he would have marched those same halls alone as an executioner. Here, he fought beside Obi-Wan, and every step carried the weight of what had almost happened. He cut down battle droids with controlled fury, not blind rage. When a collapsing gantry sent clone troopers toward a river of fire, he chose rescue over pursuit, hurling metal aside with the Force and dragging the men to safety. The troopers stared at him with something deeper than respect. They saw what the Jedi had almost lost, and what had somehow returned. The Republic broadcast the fall of the Separatist Council within hours. Across 1,000 battlefronts, droid armies shut down or surrendered. Some pirate factions tried to claim abandoned systems. Some Moffs talked of restoring order through force. But the spine of the war snapped all at once. After years of blood, the Clone Wars did not end with thunder. They ended with exhausted soldiers lowering rifles, commanders staring at dead comms, and millions of beings realizing the nightmare had been designed from the start. Peace, however, was not simple. When war ended, truth began asking for a price. The Jedi Council turned inward. Publicly, they had survived. Spiritually, They knew they had failed in ways the Republic barely understood. They had become generals too easily. They had grown too close to power. They had sensed darkness around Palpatine, and still moved too slowly to stop him before the galaxy bled. Most of all, they had asked their own to bury fear without always teaching them how to heal it. So the temple opened a period of reform unlike anything seen in generations. Yoda led it, but he did not lead it alone. Mace brought hard honesty. Obi-Wan brought humility. Shak-Ti spoke for the clones. Plo Koon argued for deeper service to ordinary worlds, not just Senate interests. And in the quiet moments between meditations, Qui-Gon's words shaped the path ahead. The Jedi would still be guardians, but they would no longer be raised to believe that compassion must sound like distance. Attachment still carried danger. Possession still led to fear. Yet love itself was not the enemy. Fear of loss was. Control was. The desperate need to chain life to one's own will was. No one felt the weight of that lesson more than Anakin. For weeks, he trained, meditated, and fought his own mind harder than he had ever fought any enemy. Padme stood beside him through all of it. She did not rescue him from himself. She did something harder. She told him the truth. She told him that love could not survive inside a cage built from panic. She told him that she wanted a husband, not a guardian hovering over every breath, every future, every danger he could imagine. Anakin listened because this time, there was no Sith whisper promising shortcuts. There was only the woman he loved, the child she carried, and the painful chance to become worthy of them both. At last, the secret marriage was revealed. The news hit the Order with the force of a detonator. Some masters were angered by the deception. Some saw the confession itself as proof that the old code could no longer remain untouched. Anakin did not defend the lie. He admitted it had grown in secrecy because he feared judgment more than truth. Padme, standing at his side in open session, refused shame. She did not apologize for loving him.